Alright, If Loving You Is Wrong fans, yes, it's been a while since I've done an If Loving You Is Wrong video, but this one was a fan submission from a month ago, and maybe I should do a live stream. I haven't done one of those in a while, mainly because of YouTube not sending out notifications, but this video is just simply somebody asking me, Jeremy, with season 5 eventually coming back 2020 sometime, we don't know a date yet. What do you think is going to happen between Esperanza, Eddie, Steven, and their daughter, Mika? And that's a very good question because in the final episode, we had Esperanza talking with Larry and getting up the courage to get the paperwork to file for a restraining order, sole custody of their daughter, pretty much, exclude Eddie from her life in order to move forward. And because she was a little bit scared, she asked, and Steven went with her. And I remember giving the episode props for that because of how fast they were moving that storyline along instead of stretching it out for several episodes, if not an entire season. Now the question is, moving into the final season and possibly the unforeseen future of If Loving You Is Wrong, do you think it's possible for Steven, Esperanza, and Mika to, well, be a new family of sorts? And I'm not saying that there will be a rushed engagement like Brad asking Marcy to marry him on their first dinner date, but I will say that when it comes down to it, it would be nice. I mean, Mika, just like Brad and Alex's kids, we haven't, Parker and Paisley, haven't seen them in so long. Like, Mika's probably a teenager at this rate, but I don't think she's had anything very close to a normal childhood in terms of her parental situation. So Steven seems like a down-to-earth guy, and I remember doing a video about is Steven a bigger monster as Eddie, and that isn't the case, and that's something that annoyed me. After Steven had fended off, what was it, like the 3 or 4, it was like 3 to 5 guys, I forgot the exact number, but I want to say it was 3, those guys that Eddie sent to attack him, and he kicked their ass. And of course his adrenaline is up and he's caught in the moment, and all he does is tell Esperanza to get into the house, and rightfully so, because these guys, for all he knew, could have been armed, but they weren't. He kicked their ass and they were going in the van, and Esperanza is just going to stand out on the porch, and it's like, no, go back in the house just in case something happens to you. And then he comes back to apologize for yelling, yeah, get back in the house because it isn't safe for you to be out here right now. And then she automatically gets scared, saying that, I don't know, Eddie, he was cool at first, but then he would get mad like that too. And it's like, Esperanza, what the hell? So yeah, I think those two could work it out. But I don't think the question is, could Steven, Esperanza, and Mika be together as a new family of sorts? The question is, will Eddie allow that to happen? That's really, Steven kicked his ass once, but that doesn't mean Eddie's going to stop being Eddie. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. What do you think is going to happen in season 5? Steven, Esperanza, and her daughter. And what do you think Eddie's going to do? It's not like he's let a piece of paper stop him from doing what he wants to before, so I don't know if that's going to do anything to him now. But what was it? Larry was like, sometimes, hey, you have to ruin somebody's life, because Esperanza was going to spill all the dirt, and after getting arrested for that, that lunch, not even a date, but the lunch meeting those two had, I think that she's not going to be afraid to just dump everything in the court. So Eddie might be screwed. And like I said before, it isn't always death. I think in a lot of ways, death is too easy for some of these characters in regard to them, never paying for their crimes. They get like offed by somebody that they've wronged in the past or something along those lines. But the humiliation and not being in control is sometimes worse than death. So with that being said, I hope you take a moment to give this video a thumbs up. If you're new, hit that subscribe button as well. You know the drill by now. Links to all my social media are in the description below. I actually have 200 items on eBay right now. More trading cards, action figures. A bunch of them will end auction tomorrow morning, tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening, into the weekend as well. So be sure to check that out. Free shipping on everything. At this moment, less than 20 followers away from 10,000 on Instagram. So that's a pretty big milestone in itself. And yeah, so I also posted the trailer breakdowns for Sisters in the Oval not too long ago, and I haven't watched Greenleaf yet. I know people have been telling me it's good, and it's not that I don't care, because I actually do like Greenleaf, but this week has been a lot of Tyler Perry news going on. Not to mention, I didn't know it was this weekend that the Tyler Perry Grand Studio opening is. I forgot. I thought it was like mid-October, but apparently it's this weekend, so I have to double check on that as well. And I will be doing the Hollywood Walk of Fame video as well. That's going to be jam-packed with photos, speeches, and things like that. So excuse me, be sure to hit that bell notification icon so you don't miss out on that as well. And as always, thanks so much for listening. And if you have any ideas for video submissions, you can comment on this one or hit me up in my DM on Instagram.